Blue 58, go!
All right. So concluding our predictions, we're going to move over to the NFC now. NFC North. So Packers are sitting at number 1 at the moment, but they have not really impressed me much. And here's my surprise pick for that. I actually think the Vikings are going to win that division.
Ooh.
But I do
That's
have
not bad.
I do have the Packers at number 2 though. I don't think the Lions can keep up. And it's crazy because the Lions are undefeated at the moment. They have a tie, but I don't see enough. Kerryon Johnson's look good. Matthew Stafford, he makes some throws here and there, but it's just I've never been too big on Matthew Stafford. I never understood when they gave him that huge contract why they gave him that huge contract. But I have Vikings number 1 and Packers number 2. And
there's a lot of trust you put in Kirk Cousins. I'm just shocked.
It's not just Kirk Cousins though. Dalvin Cook has been amazing.
He has been amazing. But Kirk Cousins is the
their
quarterback.
defense has been good. Although Packers defense has looked good, and
The Packers defense has been really cool.
And so I wouldn't be surprised either way. But I feel although the Packers have a 1-game lead right now, they have to play the Vikings.
You skipping all over the Bears. I'll pick the Bears. The Bears is the team I think will win the division. That defense is just amazing. If Mitchell Trubisky can get his stuff together and that offense can actually move the ball. Now, I don't like the rookie running back. I'm not a fan of rookie running backs. So I don't care for the rookie running backs, but Cohen should be better at least. It's just the whole offense needs to be better. But I feel like by the time we get past the midway point of the season, the Bears offense will be at least able to put up enough points for them to win with that amazing best in the NFL defense that they have. So I'm going with the Bears to come back and win the division. I don't trust Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is amazing, and I love the running game in Minnesota. Now, let's say if Minnesota still had the defense that they had 2 years ago, then I would go with Minnesota. But it's not that amazing of a defense anymore. So I got to go with the Bears.
Who do you have at number 2 though?
It's such a hard division. That's a really hard division.
Minnesota probably winning records.
Minnesota is probably gonna have it's crazy to say Green Bay will be third. I can't do that. It's like saying Tom Brady's not gonna be good.
And this might be one of those divisions where 3 teams are coming into the playoffs.
It's possible.
There's another one that I think is a possibility of that happening, but at the moment, that's what I'm seeing. That
who would division?
I think that's. I honestly would say, first time getting to use that today, but that's utter nonsense. You think the Bears are going to win that division? They might challenge for second, but the Bears have 1 win, and the only reason they have that win is because they played the Redskins.
Can I ask you a question? What defense did you draft super early in every league to make sure you got them?
The Bears defense.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
But defense only wins games so you can score some points. Defense not going to score all the points for you.
That offense is not terrible. I mean, Trubisky was. It has been, but I don't think it's going to stay that way. I don't think so.
You going to tell me Tyler Gabriel's going to score 3 touchdowns every week?
No, he's not going to score 3 touchdowns every week. But Mitch Trubisky could very well throw 3 touchdown passes every week.
Not the Mitchell Trubisky I've been watching.
Not the one from this year. The one from last year could.
Yeah. So, I don't get me wrong. I drafted Trubisky in a few leagues. I drafted the Bears defense in a lot of leagues, and the Bears defense has been good for me. I'm not going to knock on them or anything like that.
It's not utter nonsense. How you call utter nonsense with that amazing defense?
I think that you're saying they're going to finish first in that division.
I can see it happening very, very easily. Division games
so
have not started.
So you're predicting that they're going to beat the Vikings and probably the Packers when they play them again.
Yeah.
Because the Packers put a whooping on them.
That was early this was the first game. This stuff changes later in the year. Bears.
The Packers put a whooping on them.
I told you first.
Without them even looking that good.
That was early in the
season.
That That's so early in the season. That don't count. It's the first game of the year. That still don't count.
All right. So just keep this in mind. I have Vikings followed by the Packers.
I told you first.
He has Bears followed by the Vikings. So that's the prediction.
Which is crazy. I feel crazy about not saying Aaron Rodgers.
That's beyond
at least second.
Crazy. It's utter nonsense. I don't know.
Well, no, it's not nonsense because I think the Bears is nonsense because I'm putting Aaron Rodgers third, but man, I don't trust the team. I don't like the skill position players. Let's go to South.
All right,
NFC
so
South.
NFC South. I think this is the toughest one to choose. Currently, the Saints.
It's a bunch of trash teams. I think
the Saints
that was
are
the toughest
at
one
at the top. Well, yeah, because they're a bunch of trash teams. Like,
yeah, that's true.
why it's tough to choose. It's tough to choose great and trash.
That's true.
But you know what's funny? There was a point in the NFC South where this was back when Brooks was still in the Saints, and he still had all these other players, McAllister, where.
Dude, McAllister, how far back you going?
I know, but there was a stretch. There was a stretch of about listen to what I said. There was a stretch of about 5-6 years in a row where there was a different division winner in that division every year.
Well, that's most
and
divisions.
It just
that's most
not really, not for that many years. Like,
that's most
and
divisions.
It was repeating through everybody. It was like the Panthers, then the Bucks, then the Saints, then the Falcons. So I honestly, I'm gonna make this prediction thinking that I think it's a toss-up between that. I honestly would go between the Falcons and the Saints.
Choose one. Falcons. No, utter nonsense.
If you make me choose on the spot, I pick the Falcons and I put the Saints at second.
Nonsense.
Although, you have so many weapons on each of these teams, though.
Utter nonsense. The Saints will win the division. And if anybody is second, I'm putting... Carolina second, and if they could win the division, actually, if Cam, it would depend on what goes on with Cam. It's all about the health in the division.
Here's the problem.
But Saints, Carolina, I don't trust Atlanta. I don't like Atlanta.
Here's the problem. Cam Newton's going to come back.
I know that might be the problem. You're right.
That's the problem, and and they're going to go back to relying on Cam Newton. So
we'll see if he comes back healthy. Which I don't think he comes back healthy.
I'm not enjoying seeing Julio Jones only getting into the game at the very end of games. I think that's somebody that should. Sorry, flying ass roach around here. So I'm trying to make sure it doesn't land on my face right now. So
I see it.
So, but
I can't stop looking now. It's an outdoor studio.
So, with that being said, though, it's making an appearance. But so, there's a lot of weapons, and I just think the Falcons. Devontae Freeman ran the ball really well. I like Julio Jones. I like Sanu, and I think
I like the skill
Matty
position
Ice
players.
is a good player.
No, please don't call him that. I like the skill position players, but
they're not winning. Hooper's been. I know. Hooper's been. So Hooper has not been bad though.
I like Austin Hooper a lot, actually.
Yeah,
I mean, target him.
When you really talk about those players individually, I kind of feel like the same way I talk about Cleveland, where if they can figure it out, and the only reason is because Drew Brees is hurt.
And then they figured it out. They made it to the Super Bowl and lost. That was their time to figure it out. It's over. It's done. Like they were up big and gave up the lead. Atlanta's not winning the division.
So, but that's my prediction. Okay, so let's move on to the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys.
Oh, East. I thought you said West. My bad. You just said East.
So the Cowboys are sitting at number 1 at 3-0, and you have all other teams at 1-2. I'm a Giants fan, but I don't see any other team but the Cowboys winning that division.
Cowboys.
And now number
the
2,
Eagles could.
Number 2 is a toss-up to me because the Eagles have not looked good.
They haven't, but they could get it together.
The Redskins definitely won't win anything. If Daniel Jones can find a way to win a couple games while Barkley's out, I say that they finish second. I'm not saying they're making the playoffs.
It went right into the camera.
I'm not saying they're making the playoffs, but I feel like they can finish second because I think every
they're
team...
not finishing second. The Eagles will finish second.
I don't think the Eagles are going to have a winning record. I'm afraid you about to
kill it.
So do you see any team in that division having a winning record outside of the
Eagles
could, but not the way they're playing. Maybe they'll figure it out. But honestly, I felt the Eagles were better with Nick Foles than they were Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And and like you said in the first one, it's just a matter of time. Carson Wentz is gonna go out. So I have the Giants possibly at number 2, but it's really a toss up between them and the Eagles at number 2. I think they're both going to finish around 5-11, 6-9.
The Eagles not that bad of a team.
Oh, 6-10. I mean, I don't think either one of those teams are winning more than 6 games.
I don't know about that. I didn't look at the
That's the reason why I'm saying that the Giants might finish second.
No, they're not.
So
He really wants the Giants to finish second, but it's not going to
that's
happen.
really not going to matter much. I would like the Giants to finish last in the league so we can get another first round pick right now, like a number 1 overall. I mean, but okay. So but I think we're both in agreement that Cowboys are going to win the division.
Yeah.
You know,
And NFC East.
West.
No, West.
Last one. So
it's easy. Rams are going to win it, but they're not that great, but they're going to win the division.
you have some strong teams there, though.
Who going to win the division?
I'll go with the Rams.
I want to hear this. Yeah, you better say the Rams. Because they're the only ones that are going to win the division.
You know, the Rams are good. The Cardinals, I don't think they can push for first. I don't think they'll push for second.
Not with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You know, I'm kind of torn between that because San Francisco has looked good. And that's that Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't even been playing at the level that he can play at, and they've looked good. So, and I think if they can figure it out, they can make a push. Both of those teams are sitting at 3-0 at the moment, by the way. The Rams have times that they've not looked good, and the Rams have been the Rams. I know Jared Goff has been good and everybody, but they've been the Rams because of their run game. And the run game has been non-existent at some points. And this is the reason why it's very hard for me to pick the Rams, but their defense
is really good.
And that's what I give them the edge over, but I would not be surprised if the 49ers win that division. And
Utter nonsense. That is utter nonsense.
I would not be surprised if 49ers win the division.
Not winning the division.
I think that's a tough one because here's another one. You have the NFC North that could possibly have 3 playoff teams, and you have the NFC West, in my opinion, that you're looking at 3 playoff caliber teams.
3?
The Seahawks.
Utter nonsense. The Seahawks are very good, but I don't think they're going to win the division.
I'm not saying they're going to win the division, but
they might challenge.
But the thing is, would you believe if I said, "Hey, I think the Seahawks would make the playoffs"?
Actually, yeah, I could them over the 49ers. I think the 49ers just have a great start, but I don't think the 49ers are going to keep it up. I actually could see the Seahawks.
But they haven't even been playing that well, in my opinion. They haven't been playing well, but they haven't been playing to their potential.
They've been playing well enough to win.
But they haven't been playing to their potential.
Yeah, but there's potential. That's not what they actually...
There's a difference between the 49ers being 3-0 and the Bills being 3-0.
Is there? I don't think there's much of a difference over there.
Oh. So you're saying the 49ers as a team are at the same level as the Bills as a team?
I would say so, yeah.
Not record-wise, but
Yeah, talent-wise. They might have a little bit more, but no. It's not like night and day difference. You're acting like we're comparing the Patriots of last year to the Dolphins of this year. This is the way you reacting, but that's not... I'm not... No, okay. They're really close talent-wise.
I'm going to say this. The Bills are sitting at 3-0. I will be surprised if they finish above 500.
I would have to look at the schedules.
They haven't played anybody.
I'm talking the rest of the year.
But now, the 49ers, I can see finishing above 500.
You crazy, because the only team that the Bills are going to lose to in that division is the Patriots. They beating everybody else. You said you just made a case for why Seattle is good. San Francisco has to play Seattle and they have to play the Rams.
Okay, and the Bills have to play everybody else in the league. They're going to play. I don't think they can keep that up.
The Bills are going to have a better record than the 49ers at the end of the season.
So, $5 bet.
I bet you.
The Bills will have a better record than the 49ers. All right, you saw that.
Bills defense is good. I'm comfortable.
About to be eating myself some couple spicy chicken sandwiches in a bit. Like I said, it's really tough for me, but I will give the edge to the Rams. And to me, it's a toss-up for second between the 49ers and Seahawks.
I actually got to go Seahawks. I like Chris Carson a lot. They got a Super Bowl quarterback over there. I think I'm comfortable with the Seahawks actually being second. They could actually... They're not going to push them, but they'll be second. The Rams are gonna win the division.
Garoppolo's a Super Bowl quarterback.
Garoppolo was on a bench in the Super Bowl.
He was a Super Bowl.
He didn't play.
He was a Super Bowl.
He didn't play. He didn't win one. He didn't go out there and do nothing.
Russell Wilson didn't play last year.
Russell Wilson has started 2 Super Bowls.
How the last one turned out?
Should have won it. He handed the ball to Marshawn Lynch.
But so, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Seahawks finish up there. I want to see what the 49ers can actually do. They're one of my teams that I was really high on, and the only reason was because of their quarterback.
I like Garoppolo. I started him this week and he didn't do nothing. He had me 8 points or 9.
And
9 fantasy
and that's
points.
what I'm saying. Like, I think if he can get going at the level that he could produce at, that's a team to look out for.
We'll see.
Their point differential is, I believe, higher than any of those teams in that division.
Yeah, I mean, squat now.
It really doesn't, because it depends on who they played as well. But I'm going to be interested in seeing how each of these teams match up against each other.
We'll see.
And that's and you can't count out any of these teams. Divisional games, unless you're playing the Patriots, but divisional games are always challenging, which is funny because usually Miami plays really well.
They usually beat the Patriots. They play them really well.
So, but divisional games are always close. They're fired up. So I wouldn't count any of those teams out. But like I said, that's what I have. I will go with Rams and then 49ers. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Share the video.
We want to hear what you have to say. So join the discussion. Leave some comments below.